And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what we're calling the grand finale of concert season tonight. This is our orchestra concert. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our orchestra students. We're going to kick off the show right away. I want to just say what a pleasure it has been this year working with these students, seeing them grow in all ways, from the 6th grade to the 7th grade and to the 8th graders that'll be moving up real soon. It's been such an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to work with these wonderful young ladies. This is not a concert that just happens in a week, in a night. This is something that they have been working towards for a number of months. So we're going to be the best audience we can always be, and we're going to give them a lot of cheers and support. And of course, none of this happens without leadership in the classroom. And we are very lucky and very fortunate to have a wonderful orchestra teacher who is working with these students each and every day and really just invigorating their love of orchestra and music, which is so important for students to learn because it can transform their lives in so many wonderful ways, and it can carry over to so many different fields and levels of education. That person, each and every day, that does all of this great work is our orchestra teacher. Please welcome Mr. Matthew Dell.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mercora. Welcome to our middle school spring concert. We are really excited to share this music with you this evening, and we're going to get right into it with a piece with 6th grade that has some, call it extended techniques. You'll see what I mean in a moment. very much. Our final piece of the sixth grade this evening is well-known excerpt Dance of the Tumblers by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. Came from an opera that he composed that's not so much in performance anymore, but this piece has survived. It's on its own. It's very upbeat and fun, and we've had a lot of fun preparing it. It's got some very fast passages that'll feature our low strings and our violas, and also our violins, actually. It has fast passages that feature every section of the orchestra, and we've worked really hard on it, and we hope you enjoy Dance of the Tumblers. Set change for our sixth grade student quintet. So we have a number of chamber ensembles in the middle school. They meet during lunch, so they come into the orchestra room, eat their lunch really fast, give up some of their precious lunchtime to rehearse with each other. They are tasked with preparing this music primarily on their own. I'm there as a coach, but not the way I am in class saying, do this measure again, that's not right. They have to be doing that part of it and learning how to rehearse themselves. And we have a string quintet in the 6th grade that can perform 2 pieces for you. The first piece is a very, very famous opera excerpt from a Baroque opera named Dido and Aeneas by the Baroque English composer Henry Purcell. If you're not a music theory nerd like me, you might think it's silly, but actually there are bass lines that are very, very famous in classical music, and this may be one of the most famous bass lines. And you'll hear in the violin representing, or playing the vocal part in that piece. And then the second piece is an arrangement from a Mozart quartet and allegretto. So please welcome our 6th grade string quintet. 7th grade orchestra. Please come on stage. Getting their instruments. While they're getting set up, I just want to introduce these two pieces. Mark O'Connor, a very famous American fiddler, and in fact, if you've been attending these concerts, you've heard some arrangements of his before. We're going to play a set of 2 songs from the Revolutionary War that he arranged. The first, Johnny Has Gone for a Soldier, was popular during the American Revolution amongst people in the United States, because at the time, basically, in order to get people to fight the revolution, they would kind of go to towns and be like, hey, we need all your young men to come fight, and we don't really have any supplies for you, so you should probably bring your own boots, and if you want to be warm, bring your own coat and blanket. And so this song was about someone missing I think it's their brother, right, who's gone off to fight in the war. Johnny Has Gone for a Soldier. The second piece is called The World Turned Upside Down, which is actually a British march that legend has it the British played when they surrendered at the end of the war. And we don't have any definitive link between the name of that piece and the musical Hamilton, but that line definitely appears in the show, so we think there's probably a link there. So we'll play these as a set with no applause between the 2 pieces. Amongst orchestra literature or repertoire, the Bach's Brandenburg Concerti are among some of the greatest masterworks. And this is a wonderful arrangement by an arranger named Merle J. Isaac, a really, really classic arrangement. This piece requires every section to be independent, meaning the cellos are not playing the same things as the violas and the violins, and the first violins and the second violins are doing different things, which is a really great challenge, and we really are excited to share it with you tonight. your patience there. We had a big set change. We have 2 chamber groups that are going to be performing now. The first is an 8th grade trio plus a special guest. And the second is a piano trio. So would you please welcome the Violcellins. applause for our stage crew tonight. Thank you so much for I've been most nervous about playing the piano, and you made it flawless. Thank you. I'm going to welcome the 8th graders to start coming to the stage. And while they do, I want to encourage you later on, or even now, to just take a look at the back of the program as well. We've got a thank you section. There's a lot of people who are going to make this concert possible, and there's actually one person that I neglected to put on there, and I want to big thank you to Ms. Goodman, who came here as a teacher aide this year and is not so secretly actually a string player. And she was like, can I play a violin with you? And I was like, absolutely. And so she's been helping out with our 7th grade this year, and we really appreciate that. So thank you very much, Ms. Goodman, for your help this year. There's a lot of music that we're excited to share with you tonight in their final orchestra concert of middle school. The first is actually a student suggestion, 2 themes from Harry Potter, which will feature Liz Presley on piano. The second piece will feature a solo from our violinist Alex, and finally, Sinfonia Telamon. I'll tell you a little bit more about the Bartok when we get to it. But right now, we hope you enjoy Harry Potter. Bela Bartok is a Hungarian composer in the first half of the 20th century. And in addition to being a composer and a pianist, he was an ethnomusicologist. Musicologist being someone who studies music from like an academic perspective, history, theory. And ethnomusicologist is the term that has sort of been applied for musicologists focused on folk music, so less concert hall music. And Bartok used the then new technology of recording, which was wax cylinders, to go out to the countryside in Eastern Europe and record folk tunes. So we have him to thank for an archive of recorded sound of music that might otherwise we wouldn't be able to hear. He then took a lot of those folk tunes and incorporated them in his compositions. And one of his most famous and beloved is his Romanian folk dances, originally for violin and piano, but orchestrated for orchestra and all of their combinations. Alex is going to be performing the first movement tonight, and you'll hear that very distinctive folk sound that he was collecting and incorporating in some of the harmonies. And this has been a really great experience for the orchestra, not just preparing a piece for a large ensemble, which is hard enough, but a large ensemble with a soloist where we need to be responsive to the solo. And it's been a really great experience. So, Bartok, Hungarian. Our final piece on the program, I will tell you, is not the piece I expected to close with. I thought you always close with the movie theme. You get Harry Potter will be last. But the orchestra and I have come to really, really love this Telemon piece, and they were like, no, we have to close with the Telemon. And you'll see why. I think you're going to really enjoy it. But I also want to take a moment to recognize this is our 8th graders' final concert with middle school. Most of them started in 4th grade, and then got to learn their instruments remotely through the pandemic at the beginning of 6th grade, and got a wacky new teacher in 7th grade who I think they've come to tolerate. And it's been a real pleasure working with them, and just thinking about less than 2 years ago, really, we met for the first time, and where we've gone from then until now is really incredible. So can we have a huge round of applause for our 8th graders? So thank you all for your support, for getting them here at 7:45 in the morning, for driving them to lessons and to school and all that stuff. We really appreciate it. It takes so much to put these concerts together. There will be one more chance to catch the orchestra. These 8th graders will have a moving up ceremony, and our 6th and 7th grade will be performing as a part of that ceremony. We're really excited and privileged to be a part of that. Thank you all for your support and for being here tonight, and please enjoy Telemon Sinfonia.